What if I told you that a single weapons program could cost more than the entire economy of most nations? Welcome back to the World Documentaries, where today we're diving deep into the story of the F-35, Lightning, to a fighter jet that represents not just technological marvel but also one of the most expensive military investments in human history. With a projected price tag exceeding $2 trillion over the next 50 years, this aircraft has become both a symbol of American military dominance and a lightning rod for international controversy. The F-35 isn't merely an airplane. It's a geopolitical chess piece that binds nations together through technology, maintenance contracts, and military interdependence. At approximately $82 million per aircraft, the upfront cost is just the beginning of a long-term financial commitment that includes training, spare parts, software updates, and ongoing technical support from its manufacturer, Lockheed Martin. The hidden costs of modern warfare. Purchasing an F-35 fighter jet represents far more than acquiring a piece of military hardware. When a nation decides to add these aircraft to their arsenal, they're essentially entering into a decades-long partnership with the United States and Lockheed Martin. This relationship extends beyond the initial purchase price, creating layers of dependency that tie countries to American defense infrastructure in ways that previous generations of aircraft never did. The maintenance ecosystem surrounding the F-35 is staggeringly complex and deliberately centralized. Countries must rely on Lockheed Martin for critical software updates that keep the aircraft's advanced systems operational, specialized training programs for pilots and ground crews, and a continuous supply chain of proprietary spare parts that cannot be sourced elsewhere. This creates a situation where operational sovereignty becomes questionable, as nations find themselves unable to independently maintain their most advanced military assets without American cooperation and goodwill. Trump's pressure and allied anxiety. The dynamics of international defense partnerships shifted dramatically during recent political upheavals, particularly when President Trump employed aggressive negotiation tactics with traditional American allies. His administration's temporary suspension of intelligence sharing with Ukraine sent shockwaves through capitals across Europe and North America, forcing defense ministers to confront uncomfortable questions about reliability. Nations that had invested billions in American military technology suddenly faced the prospect that political disagreements could leave their air forces grounded or compromised. Canada and Portugal became vocal about their concerns, publicly questioning whether their F-35 acquisitions remained strategically sound given the changing political landscape. The Canadian government initiated a comprehensive review of its planned 88 aircraft purchase throughout 2025, committing to at least 16 jets while evaluating the remaining 72 amid shifting geopolitical realities. Denmark, traditionally one of America's most steadfast allies, began internal debates about whether over-reliance on a single weapons system from a single supplier represented an acceptable strategic risk for their national defense. The kill switch controversy. Few topics have generated more heated debate in defense circles than the alleged existence of a remote kill switch embedded within F-35 software. The rumor suggests that the United States could, with a simple command, render any F-35 fleet operated by foreign nations completely inoperative, while the American government, Lockheed Martin, and purchasing nations all strenuously deny such capability exists. The very persistence of these concerns reveals deeper anxieties about technological sovereignty and trust between allies. Yet even without a literal kill switch, the reality of American control over F-35 operations remains substantive and undeniable. The United States could effectively ground any foreign F-35 fleet by withholding critical software updates, refusing to supply essential spare parts, or withdrawing technical expertise necessary for complex maintenance procedures. This softer form of control may be less dramatic than a remote shutdown capability, but its practical implications are nearly identical, leaving allied nations vulnerable to political pressure or diplomatic disputes, regardless of whether conspiracy theories prove accurate. European alternatives enter the arena. Europe has not remained passive in the face of American dominance in fighter aircraft production. The continent produces 3 distinct fighter jet families, each representing different industrial partnerships and strategic visions. The Eurofighter Typhoon emerges from collaboration between British and European Union manufacturers, creating a genuinely multinational platform. France independently develops and exports the Dassault Rafale, maintaining its traditional preference for autonomous defense capabilities. Sweden contributes the Saab Gripen, designed specifically for operational flexibility and cost-effectiveness. These European aircraft have achieved considerable export success and proven themselves in actual combat operations across the Middle East and North Africa. British and French forces have deployed their Eurofighters and Rafales extensively in real warfare scenarios, demonstrating reliability and effectiveness under demanding conditions. However, none of these platforms match the F-35's 5th-generation capabilities, particularly its sophisticated stealth technology and sensor fusion systems that allow pilots to detect threats while remaining virtually invisible to enemy radar systems. Market realities and strategic calculations. The global fighter jet market operates according to complex political calculations that extend far beyond simple technical specifications or pricing. European nations naturally favored domestically produced aircraft, supporting their own defense industrial bases and maintaining technological expertise within their borders. Interestingly, Middle Eastern countries have become significant customers for European fighters, though often not by first choice. The United States carefully controls F-35 exports to maintain Israel's qualitative military edge over regional rivals, a long-standing cornerstone of American Middle Eastern policy. This strategic calculation opens market opportunities for European manufacturers who face fewer political constraints on their export activities. The Rafale has found success in Egypt, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, while the Eurofighter serves Saudi Arabia and several other Gulf nations. Despite these European successes, the F-35 program remains robust, with Lockheed Martin delivering between 175 and 190 aircraft in 2025, and countries like Belgium and Denmark even announcing plans to expand their fleets. Emerging threats to F-35 dominance. Despite its current market leadership, the F-35 program faces mounting challenges that could reshape its long-term viability. Domestic American criticism has intensified as costs have spiraled beyond initial projections, with sustainment expenses for the planned 2,500 aircraft fleet consuming nearly 80% of the program's $2 trillion projected lifetime cost. Technical delays have also emerged, with the crucial block for upgrade now postponed until at least 2031. Raising questions about whether the aircraft can maintain its technological edge. Boeing's development of the F-47 fighter for the next generation air dominance program introduces direct competition within the American defense industrial base. In March 2025, Boeing secured a contract exceeding $20 billion for this sixth-generation aircraft, with first flights expected in 2028. This represents potential cannibalization of future F-35 orders as the Air Force evaluates its evolving needs. Additionally, questions about whether piloted aircraft remain relevant in an era of increasingly sophisticated unmanned systems have prompted Lockheed Martin to develop collaborative combat aircraft that operate as loyal wingman drones alongside manned F-35s. The future of air combat. European defense manufacturers are not conceding the next generation of air combat to American dominance. The Global Combat Air Program, known as GCAP or Tempest, unites Britain, Italy, and Japan in developing a sixth-generation fighter, with a demonstrator expected to fly in 2027, an operational aircraft entering service around 2035. This ambitious international collaboration brings together three nations that are all significant F-35 customers, yet they're simultaneously investing in alternatives that will fundamentally reduce their dependence on American technology. Meanwhile, France, Germany, and Spain collaborate on the Future Combat Air System, another sixth-generation platform designed to incorporate artificial intelligence, advanced networking, and revolutionary capabilities. These development programs represent more than just new aircraft. They embody fundamental strategic decisions about European defense autonomy and technological sovereignty. Historical patterns support this approach. Britain never purchased the F-16 because it had invested in the Eurofighter, demonstrating how domestic production programs reshape procurement decisions and create lasting changes in the global defense marketplace. The F-35 Lightning II stands at a crossroads, its future more complex than simple narratives of success or failure might suggest. While it remains the world's most advanced operational fighter jet and continues attracting international customers with strong delivery numbers, the foundations of its unchallenged dominance face pressure from multiple directions simultaneously. Political turbulence has shaken some allied confidence in American reliability. European alternatives are maturing and combat-proven, and next-generation platforms approach deployment with capabilities that may surpass current fifth-generation technology. Thank you for watching the World Documentaries. If you found this exploration of military technology and international politics valuable, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think countries should reduce their dependence on American military technology, or does standardization around platforms like the F-35 strengthen collective defense? Have recent geopolitical tensions changed your perspective on international arms sales and military partnerships? Join our community for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world, and let us know what topics you'd like us to explore next.